Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Midwest Buzz podcast.
Welcome, welcome. We're back, times two.
Yes. Thanks for listening to our season 4, episode 1. We appreciate you guys.
Yes, I am so happy we're recording again. It was so fun to do a little summer recap with you guys last week. If you didn't listen, go check it out. We talked all about summer and all the fun things.
Yes. And today, we probably should have said this before starting. Which one did you decide we were recording today?
It's a surprise. Only we know in our hearts. I don't know. Should we just do wedding recaps?
Yeah, sounds good.
Dun, dun, dun. Executive decision.
We're going to talk about wedding season.
Wedding season is almost wrapping up, which I feel like is part of my, I know we usually do our little weekly recaps.
Yeah.
What's been going on.
But yeah, you have your last wedding coming up, right?
Yeah. No, I have two left.
Right, but the other one's not until December, right?
Yeah.
So the last one.
I had my first weekend off from 8 weeks straight of weddings this last weekend. It was so nice. I was like, is this what people do with their Saturdays? I went out to the farm and it was my dad's birthday. So we just all kind of hung out.
Yeah. Helped
them with a few projects around the farm. And then we went hunting all afternoon.
It was pheasant opener for those that aren't from the Midwest.
Pheasant hunting is a pretty big deal in South Dakota.
Yep.
And it was our opening weekend. So that was fun.
Yes. And because it was pheasant opener, my brother-in-law and his dad and his uncles, they like to come and hunt for pheasant during opener. Anyways, they're from Texas. So my sister and her new baby and her daughter got to come and stay with my parents and visit us. So
did they drive or fly?
They drove.
Okay.
So yeah, today they're driving to see Mount Rushmore and do some hikes in the hills and stay. Fun. She said they have a treehouse Airbnb.
Oh,
which is fun.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Have her send pics. I want to see it. Yeah, it's crazy the amount of people that will travel to South Dakota for pheasant hunting. Pheasant hunting is very high on our tourism. Obviously, Mount Rushmore and the Black Hills is the biggest, but
our part of South Dakota is pheasant.
In Aberdeen, South Dakota, pheasant season brings in a lot of revenue.
Yeah.
You'll see so many businesses that are welcome hunters or come in for our hunter special. They definitely market towards it. Which
yes. One of our pizza places has a smoked pheasant pizza.
Yep.
Anyways, speaking of that pizza place, that's one of my, I tried and it's not there anymore, sadly, but the pickle bacon ranch pizza from Jimmy's.
Oh, I saw Emily posted about that.
That's how I saw it too. And I was like, okay, now I have to try it. So good. It was so good.
It looked really good. And I'm on Whole30 right now.
Yeah, so you can try it.
So anything just looks good. Really good when they've got cheese and sauce on it. So I was like, oh my gosh, that looks amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. I was sad Adam didn't get to try it because he was, hunting and stuff. But I was like, oh, we should have ordered it again, but hopefully they bring it back because
I feel like some of those seasonal ones, if they're popular, they bring them back.
Yeah, that was good. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to try to make it myself.
Yeah, and they're just never as good.
No,
I tried to make. It wasn't Jimmy's. It was Dempsey's. Had an elote one, so it was elote corn and a creamy sauce.
Oh,
I tried to make it at home.
It's
not good. It's very disappointing compared to ordering it and it showing up fresh on your doorstep.
Yeah. So how was your pheasant opener? I saw you right in the back of your grandpa's truck.
Oh my gosh. So my grandpa is, I think I put it wrong on the Snapchat. He's 86.
Okay.
And I feel pretty safe while driving with him. But the pickup was really full on the inside and we were only going a couple miles. So I was like, I'm just going to hop in the back, sit on the dog kennels. This isn't an outrageous thing to do during hunting season.
Right.
But I was the only one back there. And I don't know if he didn't remember that I was back there. I swear he was going 80 down this gravel road. And I first was like, oh, I'm being dramatic. This really isn't that fast. And then I was like, no, if he lost control right now, I'm dead. I was just sitting up there. I'm be flung into the ditch. I would be dead.
Oh,
and
gosh.
I was just obviously I didn't feel too in danger or I would have probably gotten down into the bed, not sending Snapchats while sitting on the kennels. But no, we had fun. The thing that I like about when I go out with my family is my grandma and grandpa came. My mom actually came hunting.
Wow.
I think it's because it was my dad's birthday. And
That's
so
nice.
she came and walked and I was teasing her because my little 3-year-old nephew, oh wait, no, he's 4 now. My 4-year-old nephew was in the pickup, and I was like, this is a pretty rare occurrence, Trace. And he was like, what? And I was like, your grandma is hunting with us. And she was like, oh, I come hunting. I was like, I don't remember the last time she's came hunting. So that was kind of fun. The whole family was out there.
It was a good day for it, weather-wise.
Yeah, it was almost too warm. Like I
Yeah.
was sweating. Like
in all your get up
you get,
and stuff.
yeah, you're like all bundled up, and then you're
Yeah,
like
so that you don't
walking.
get all cut up.
Yeah, Piper didn't get his cut up this year.
That's good.
For those of you that remember last year, Piper's poor little face got just sliced.
Yeah.
And so she did a lot better this year. We didn't hunt as hard opening weekend, so
Yeah.
we didn't start till like after lunch. And then I went out with Brooke and some of her like Michigan hunters on Sunday. And that was fun.
Fun.
Shot a few there and shot 2 skunks.
Ugh.
That is, I didn't, but someone did in our group. I was like, that's my biggest fear taking my dog hunting, is that she's going to
Gonna
find
get
a skunk
skunked.
and then I have to go home with her.
It's so hard to wash them of skunk.
I've never have had a dog get skunked, and I really don't want to experience it.
I haven't either, but my brother did with his dog, and
Ugh.
said it was multiple baths. And just when Blue rolled in that fish, it took multiple baths to get
Yeah.
that off.
I have this product that everyone swears by. It's called Skunk Off. And I bought it a long time ago in hopes that I would never have to use it.
So far, it's working.
Yes, it's working well. Won another gun at a gun raffle.
Oh,
Yes, I'm just doing all the Midwest things this weekend.
nice.
Yeah. those-
Yeah, I think you posted on your Be Real like odds of me winning a gun. I either was thinking about commenting or I did comment like pretty good. Like I thought you were gonna win.
Yeah.
She's just lucky like that.
Yeah. So that was exciting. Paid for my
Yeah.
ticket at least.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Should we talk about weddings?
Wait, first
Wait.
I have to tell you what happened to me yesterday. I fell down my stairs.
Like these right here?
Yeah.
Those would hurt. They're not even carpet.
Yeah, so I have like a scratch on
Oh,
my
yeah.
and then this knee and this butt, so like it's bruised.
Ow.
Luckily, I had just put Grant down for a nap and I was just bringing
my
like his laundry
gosh.
down to do it, and I had socks on, which I don't wear socks a lot in my house because the floors are
Those
kinda
are slippery.
Yeah.
The other day when I went up to go like with you and get
Yeah.
Grant up, I was like, these seem dangerous.
Yes. So yeah, anyways,
Oh.
it was fine. It just scared me a little bit, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I didn't have Grant in my
Yeah,
arms.
If you would have been carrying him, I think your natural instinct is to protect your baby though. So you probably would have like just
Yeah.
not.
I
like
would
I
have
don't think
taken
he
the
probably
fall a
would
little
have
harder, probably.
gotten hurt. But yikes.
Yeah. Anyways,
That's not fun.
no, it wasn't.
Especially those stairs are not like they're not padded.
No.
I fall going upstairs more than going down.
That's
I
not
always
good.
trip and boom.
Graceful
so,
image.
it's so embarrassing. It's like, how did this happen again?
Oh, that's funny.
Ripped my shins. Yeah, you're gonna have some bruises, I bet.
I know. I texted Adam after it happened. I was like, I fell down the stairs. And then he called and was like, are you okay? Did you
Yeah.
have Grant? Like, I was like, no. But he was like, I was like, you're probably going to have to check if I have bruises. He says, I don't think I'm going to have to look very hard. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure that you'll
You bruise pretty easy,
Yeah,
don't
I do.
you?
Yeah, I have bruises. And I'm like, wait, what's that from?
I know.
So annoying, but
I had a big old bruise on my elbow the other day. I was like, I don't even know where I got that.
yeah. I tried to be like, okay, I just knocked into something. Remember that so that I know where that bruise is from. But anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to share that.
One other thing before I was gonna see if I'm just gonna tell everyone about this. I'm doing because I wanted to tell you about this.
Yeah.
I'm doing the whole 30 right now.
Yes.
But I saw this thing about doing the 30 30 30. And it's when you wake up in the morning, 30 minutes after you wake up, or within the 30 minutes of waking up, you eat 30 grams of protein and then you go on a 30-minute walk. And it's supposed to be just like so great for you and like helping your metabolism. So it's supposed to like be really good for boosting your metabolism and like helping your body to like shed excess fat and stuff.
Okay.
But it is so hard for me to eat in the morning. Like I ate an egg bite, a beef stick, and some nuts this morning, trying to get in my like 30 grams.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was just like eating it like, ugh. I hate eating in the morning. And I wonder, like, I get what it, like, I understand what it's supposed to help do, but I'm like, oh, like, I'm just not a breakfast eater.
Yeah. You probably would do well with like intermittent fasting
Yeah.
where you don't eat till like noon.
I need to actually go in and like have some like panels done and see, because they say the intermittent fasting can be really good, but not for certain people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to just do it and it not be good for me.
Yeah. It depends, I think, because like I would not do well with intermittent fasting because I'm the type that like gets dizzy or like whatever, and I'm hungry right away in the morning.
Yeah.
But for someone like Adam, who is busy anyways in the morning and it takes him a while to be able to get to eat anyways, he might as well just not try to just shove anything in kind of thing.
I think the big thing too they were saying is like so many people, and I'd be guilty of this, like, okay, you wake up right away, you get caffeine in you immediately. Of course, coffee sounds good. A bubbler sounds good, but not food. And then you put caffeine in your body right away. And they said it's just like destroying your metabolism by hitting it with
if
caffeine.
you were going to do the intermittent fasting, they say like plain coffee, not espresso, not like, but like just coffee, fine, water, fine, tea.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things. But like energy drinks, anything with sugar, those would be bad.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anywho.
But I never heard of the 30-30-30.
I'm going to try to do it.
That's a lot of grams of protein to have to.
I know.
It's good. I mean, we don't need enough protein.
I bought some like really clean protein powder that's even like Whole30 approved.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to try. I'm hoping that comes soon so that I can drink it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, ugh, I don't like eating all of this food.
I wonder if it's going to be, I'll be interested to see how that tastes.
I know. I'm thinking I'll just put it with like a juice. Blend it up quick. We'll see. Anywho, should we talk about weddings?
Wedding season recap.
Do we want to recap the ones we shot together or just like...
All of my weddings were with you.
Were they?
Yeah. I didn't have any that weren't with you.
Aren't I know. You just blessed?
So to how that happened was, one, I had only booked one wedding before I found out I was pregnant, I think.
Yep.
Because I found out I was pregnant in August of last year. And I think maybe I had 2 weddings booked. Videographers, maybe it's just me. A lot of people don't book until the year of sometimes. Or in the fall before. I get a lot of bookings. But anyways, so I was very selective in which weddings I took. And I just happened to select all of JC's brides that inquired with me.
I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah. And I was like, I really didn't want to do more than 7. So Grant is waking up. I just looked down at the monitor.
That's not scheduled.
No, that's early. Whoopsie.
Okay, we're back. Grant is sleeping, and
yes, hopefully for the rest of the time.
Now we are back. But yeah, so I think that was smart of you. I think that obviously you have to put your like kiddo first and not stressing yourself out with a ton of weddings.
Thank you. Yeah. No, and I'd
probably be ideal.
Yeah. Yes. So my first one back was one that I booked before I knew I was pregnant. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have done one that soon, but also I really wanted to do Kennedy and Luke's wedding.
Yeah.
So I was excited about it.
How old was he?
A month.
Because we posted, if you guys follow us on Instagram, I posted some photos from like our summer recap. And one of the photos was, I think 2 of them actually were from that wedding.
Yeah.
One of us, or wait, did I post the one of us holding him or just you holding him?
But I think that one's been posted on one of our Instagrams.
Okay.
By mine.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was the first wedding. Grant got to come to it. It was so cute. And it was a June wedding.
Yes, June 2nd.
It was a pretty day. I was like scrolling through my little like recap of their photos. I'm a big fan of black bridesmaids dresses.
Very classy.
I think that it is, like Olivia said, so classic, so clean, so timeless. I'm actually really excited. It's a wedding we have next year. They're getting married in the fall and they're doing all black. So the bridesmaids are in black, the groomsmen are in black. And I'm like, that's going to look so good in October.
That'll look really good.
I'm very excited about that one. But yeah, so they had all the bridesmaids are in black. They did dried floral, which I thought was beautiful.
Yeah, lots of pompous,
like the fan type.
Palm.
Yes,
thing.
the palm. Kennedy's dress itself was so lightweight and so just, it had like a
very
slit.
bohemian style.
Yeah.
Effortless.
She like threw it on and was like ready to go.
Yeah.
There was really nothing. Did it even zip? Wait.
It like.
Did it zip or did
I think
it just
it
have
just
a hook?
zip or like.
Yeah. It was honestly, it was like so quick.
Yeah, it
It was
was.
so cute on her too. It was beautiful.
Yes,
And you
very
could tell
nice.
she just felt so comfortable in it.
Yeah.
And I like that. We should we tell them about how we almost didn't make it to the ceremony?
Yeah, so we had gone to shoot details, which we often do in the break between like family photos and the ceremony, if that's how the schedule goes,
Yeah.
which it usually does with the JCJ wedding. And
Typically that's how I will have my timeline set up so that the like
They get a
couple
break.
and like the bridal party gets a nice anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, just time to chill, eat
Yeah.
some food, relax.
And we had like over 30 minutes, I think, when we went.
We should have been fine on time, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Trains. If we live in the hub city, what can we do?
Yeah. I was, oh my gosh, that was terrifying. So I had a second shooter with me, and then I also had a girl that was shadowing me that day along.
Yeah.
And so I basically, so it was me, Hunter, Olivia, and my intern were along, and we like fly out of the car. I was like, Hunter, I don't even have time to like get out. I like dropped me off at the curb and we like ran up
Yeah.
the stairs. And Adam was still there. Yeah, right?
Yeah, Adam was there, and so he had started like filming.
Yeah. And I honestly don't think I
miss
missed anything.
We just weren't in our position when the grandmas started being walked
But
in, I
we
think.
were like on the edge
Yes.
of being
Yeah, like all the guests were seated and everyone was lined up getting ready to go.
Yeah. I don't remember asking them why, but a different wedding I was shooting this summer. I was up at the front of the church. Everyone was walking in, whatever. And I'm like, wait, where's the videographer? And I knew that they had gone to shoot details. I had sent, I didn't think we had time. So I actually sent my second shooter and I stayed at the church because of this exact scenario. I
Yeah.
am now like very like time conscious.
Yeah.
And so I'd sent Ashlyn to the deck to do all of the photos. And then I just stayed at the church and Ashlyn wasn't back yet, which that was fine. I was fine up at the front by myself.
Yeah, yeah.
But the
'Cause they don't
videographer,
go up in the front
was
anyways.
not back. And he didn't get anything. Like, I don't think he came in until they were like up at the altar and like a prayer was being said.
Oh my gosh, he didn't get her walking down the aisle.
Yeah, nothing.
Oh, I would feel so horrible.
I know. And I was just like, part of me even felt terrible. Like, I was like, should I try to take a video? Like, I felt so bad, but I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I need to do my own job.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh no. I didn't ask. I was like, I'm not going to, they probably already know that they're upset about it. I was like, I'm not going to like pour salt in the wound and ask what happened. But I was like, yikes.
Yeah, see, for me, I know that the ceremony, then this is just me. Ceremony outweighs details. So sometimes if Jason's like,
Absolutely.
we're going to go shoot details, I know that I have to set up my cameras, mic the groom, make sure I'm in position. Like, so I'll just sometimes be like, okay, I'll get it later. I don't care if people are around.
And I feel like it's easier for you to get maybe details at the reception, even if people are in the shots.
Yeah.
Or like for photos, you kind of want that like
clean. Yeah, and that's when they're going to look at them. I don't think they really care to have that in their video.
Right. I agree. Yeah.
So,
So yeah, learned a lesson at that wedding. That
yes,
was
luckily it worked out for us. Okay.
yeah,
But
everything
it
was fine, but that could have been bad. Like that train, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. But it was a beautiful day. My
yeah.
brother-in-law was a groomsman in the wedding. So
Oh,
then like Adam's family was at the wedding and it was fun.
They had a beautiful sunset.
Yes.
That was a really good golden hour.
That
I've
was
had a
fun.
lot of good golden hours this year, I feel like.
Yes.
Some good times.
It rained just a little bit during bridal party photos, but it was like a summer rain
yeah.
where the sun was still out and it was
It
just
like
drizzling.
sprinkled for about maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It
It felt
was-
good, honestly.
Yeah, it was not enough to really make us stop shooting.
No.
We had like the bridal party under an overhang.
Yeah.
But we were still like in the rain, but it was
Yeah.
really raining. I didn't have to bring out my umbrella hat this time.
Which JC has had to bring out at almost every other wedding that I've shot with her. I've had 2 where you haven't had to bring
I
it
think
out.
the worst one was it was a wedding I didn't have with you. It was
Yeah.
in Sioux Falls. It was actually this wedding was gorgeous. Everything was beautiful. It was at the Canton Barn. But I will say I think I learned my lesson on this. Don't come home from 2 weeks from Italy and then try to shoot a wedding 2 days later.
Yeah.
That was maybe not my best choice. But I remember I was in the middle of booking my trip when she inquired. And I moved my trip's dates so that I could shoot her wedding. And yeah, it I was just feeling rough to begin with, and it was an outdoor ceremony, and it poured rain.
I can't believe they kept
Like,
it outdoors.
guests were soaking wet.
Was it raining when the ceremony started? Or?
No.
Okay.
So it was beautiful when the ceremony started. About halfway through, the floodgates unleashed their fury of rain.
My goodness.
It was downpouring. And I'd say over half the people left and went into the venue and kind of watched from the barn.
Yeah.
But then there was those OG troopers that just,
sat in it.
they were there for the long haul.
Long
And I had like
haul.
my big like umbrella hat on, just like.
Hey, you gotta do your job. And you
Yeah.
gotta protect your gear.
I know it worked well, but I was like, oh, it was actually really cool though. So their exit song was Here Comes the Sun.
Oh, yeah.
And I swear, like the second he pronounced the man and wife, it like stopped raining and Here Comes the Sun comes on. And it was like the sun came out. It was
Wow.
like the coolest thing ever.
That's so fun. Did the bride and groom have umbrellas? Or
So they got married outside, but it was, if you can envision like a grain bin, that they still had the top of the grain bin, but then there was legs.
Gotcha.
It's like a grain bin gazebo thing
Okay.
that they have at the Canton Barn. So the bride and groom were kind of under that, but the rain was coming in at an angle. So like the bridal party was still kind of getting wet, but they themselves stayed pretty dry.
nice. That's
Yeah.
good. I mean, honestly, that's all that matters.
It was
Sorry
mostly,
to the guests.
Yeah, it was mostly the groomsmen that got the most rain on them. The bridesmaids were on like the downside of the thing, so they were kind of staying dry.
That's nice.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of rain on weekends this year.
Yes.
I feel like I did not have to reschedule hardly any sessions throughout the week. It was only weekend shoots that I ever had like rain at and stuff.
Yeah. I was saying this last weekend because we had a little bit of rain. It just rained a
Yes.
little bit, not enough that we needed to get in our cars.
We
even.
gave the bride an umbrella for maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then it was
then
fine.
she was like, "Oh, it's good."
So
was
kind of the
perfect.
same as like at Kennedy and Luke's.
Yeah.
And the only wedding that I didn't have any rain at whatsoever was Riley and Alex's.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, every wedding I shot with you, it rained a little bit.
That's crazy.
At some point.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was just like a lot of rain. Who is the next? Let's just recap ours, and then
Yeah,
if I
together.
think of something that came up at
Yeah,
one that we
just
weren't
kinda like how you
together,
just did.
I'll throw it in.
Sounds good. The next one was then Maya and Jonah. I had a
Oh, yep.
long break after Kennedy and Luke's. So
Yep.
then Levi got married in between there, which you shot that. We've already talked about that.
Yep,
And then we had Maya and Jonah
that one was good.
at the end of July. Rained in the morning,
It was kind of pretty,
but
though.
it made it
like,
really
yeah,
nice.
It
It
had
wasn't
rained,
too hot or
like
anything.
it took away the heat
Yes.
because I had two weddings that weekend, and that was just a nice wedding. For
Yeah, 'cause that was a Friday.
weekend for weddings. Yeah.
A Friday wedding, which I love Friday weddings.
Yeah, I do too. I'm a proponent of Friday weddings. Jordan, she was in one of her friends' weddings a few weekends ago, and the photographer that did that wedding is Whitley B Photography. She's out of Minneapolis.
Okay.
And she only shoots Friday weddings. Like she will only take Friday weddings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm like, that's a bold choice, but I think you can do it in the cities.
Yeah.
Like there's enough clientele and enough Friday weddings where you could do it.
Yeah, so then she
But-
always has her weekends.
Because she's got like a kid and then a baby on the way.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But okay, yeah. Back to Maya and Jonah's.
Yes. So they had a very beachy themed wedding, which was totally their vibe. But I thought it was so funny because we lived the furthest from the beach.
I know. I was like, you could have taken us to the beach. No.
Yeah, we would have gone on location.
I know, no kidding. She gave us bubblers that morning.
Yeah, she
so
was
many
very
of our
sweet.
brides have been so sweet this year, brides and grooms.
You're right.
With like giving gifts, tipping, like
Oh yeah, so
people have been
generous.
so nice.
Yeah.
I always love a little, even if it's just like a card that just says like, hey, thanks for being our photographer.
Yeah.
So excited to see the photos. Like it just
Yeah.
means a lot. It's very sweet, intentional.
Yes.
I feel like we had a lot of that this year. They did the game day photos, like the guys coming
yes.
in. I thought the guys, I feel like if guys are excited about something when it comes to photos or videos,
Yeah, it makes
they're
it a
like
lot better.
full on embrace it. Like they will be ready for
Yeah, they
for
were
that if you give them
they were
the
ready.
opportunity.
And they did kind of the goofy take on it.
Yeah.
They weren't very serious, which
No.
was fun.
What was that one kid had like a big rubber ducky, I think, on his shirt or like
Well, the groom had the
Or was
Lucky
it-
Duck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then didn't he have like a funky... They all had...
Yeah, some had headphones. One had a Christmas sweater on. One just had a vest with nothing else under it.
I think it was his vest for the wedding.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they did some fun stuff. I'm trying to think, like, what else? Was there anything else from that one? Did they do photos with their dog, or did they say he was too crazy?
They said he was too crazy. So we didn't do
Missed
photos with the
opportunity.
dog.
I love some good puppy photos. As soon as I'm done with, I don't think, actually, I probably could release it now. I don't think I have, my next 2 weddings, I don't think have dogs in them.
See.
Every single, I tried to at least. I know I missed a few, but most every wedding that I had this year that they had their dog in photos, I got a photo with their dog, and I want to do like a bride and groom with their dog, photographer with their dog, and then make like a clip about it. I think it'd be funny.
That's funny.
Because that's a very popular thing to do, is like bring your dog for wedding photos.
Yeah. From this wedding, I will say the groom was so funny. He's just kind of nervous, and he's the sweaty hands type when he's nervous.
Oh,
so
yep.
from their first look, he was like, oh, sorry about my hands. She was like, it's fine. Like, I know what they're like. I'm marrying you. And then he was like
How'd your
kind of
hands
nervous, and
before?
he's like, I had to ask them which hand my ring went on.
You get to hear all the good audio.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Like when I go through the photos, obviously I see the photos and can remember things that happened, but you get like the actual audio from it. That'd be kind of fun to go back.
Oh, he was also like, I like the dress. And she was like, as you should.
She said that?
Yeah.
That is so funny.
Yeah. Anyways.
I think one of the funniest things I had I really like daddy-daughter first looks. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember who it was, but he turned around and he's like, dang, like, that looks so good. And she's like, thanks, you bought it. I was oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so then after Maya and Jonah, we had the next weekend right away, we had Nicole and Billy.
Yes, yeah.
And that one, it rained.
Yeah, it did rain. So I shot my 200th wedding. We kind of talked about this. I shot my 200th wedding the day after Maya and Jonah's.
Yes.
That was like a doubleheader weekend for me. Mm-hmm. I will say going forward into next year, doubleheaders are starting to like drain me. Sunday, I had like a straight up not a mental breakdown, you guys. I'm fine. But like I was trying to
She was a little upset.
I was trying to grow grass this summer, and I had just shot 2 weddings in a row. And then on Sunday, Cole was like, hey, like, do you want to go out to the lake? Lucas and Anna just want to like go pick up pizzas on the pontoon and kind of stroll around. And I was like, I need to plant my grass. My grass isn't growing. I need to take a nap. I need to edit the 8,000 photos I took this weekend. And I don't know, pizza sounds really good. And so like I went because I was just like, I'm going to be mad no matter what I do. I'm going to be mad about my grass. I'm going to be mad about how many photos I've done. I'm going to be mad that I should have napped. I was like, I'm just going to go to the lake. It'll make it all better. And let me tell you, that pizza, it did make me feel a little better.
Pizza and a little pontoon ride.
Yeah. Blankies on the pontoon. It was actually a super beautiful night, but no, I just don't know how many doubleheaders I can take on next year. They just are exhausting.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like I like a good Friday wedding, but ideally it'd be nice to shoot a Friday wedding and then not have a Saturday one.
That's when I like Friday weddings. I don't like them if I also have a Saturday, but I won't book like that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Billy, Nicole.
Sweetest
pouring rain.
Sweetest couple, honestly, so giddy happy.
Oh my gosh.
I had so much fun editing their film, honestly.
They were just the cutest. Their little rock, paper, scissors.
Yes.
They did.
So quirky and funny. I just love them.
They were unapologetically and uniquely themselves.
Yes.
And they were so fun about it.
Yes.
They had, I think a big trend this year was the newspapers.
Yes. And that was funny because I saw it at their wedding, and then it was like a lot of other weddings I started seeing it.
I probably saw it 4 or 5 times this year. Maybe a few more than that. But theirs was one that I remember because they had the crossword puzzle in it.
That was fun.
And I actually really liked doing that because there were some things that were obvious, like, you know, like the town that they met in, like, I can figure out it's Aberdeen or, you know, whatever it was. But there was some that we had to like ask some people like, hey, where, you know.
What was their first concert or the
their first
they went
concert.
To,
like you learned a lot about them. So even from a guest standpoint, it would have been kind of a fun thing to do.
Yes. I liked it. I thought it was fun. Plus, it was cute and like the little photos and stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was very cute.
Yeah, but
I think it's a good trend.
Yeah, I like it.
I'd be fine seeing it again next year.
Yeah, especially if they add like little games and stuff. And it helps you know your couple a little bit better.
Yeah.
Or if you're a guest and you're the bride's friend, but you don't really know the groom, whatever.
Or if you're a +1 and
Yeah.
you're like, I really don't know these people.
Yeah, very fun.
Yeah.
But yes, it was pouring rain. JC had to break out the old umbrella hat. And yeah, we had umbrellas for their first look. But I'm glad that we pushed for that to be outside.
Yeah.
Because it made it so much nicer.
That church,
It's so dark.
And it's already dark, and then you got a gloomy day on top of it, and it is just so moody and dark
Yeah.
in there. And like, I'm fine doing a little bit like that, but not everything.
Yeah, and it just was moody and dark. It's not their vibe.
No,
So
it was not. Yeah, it was so cute. So they played rock, paper, scissors to pick who got to go first for saying their vows to
Yeah.
each other. And I think that's really sweet. I like when people, if you're not going to do them up at the altar, at least write vows. I like that.
Yeah,
I
or
think it's a
even if
little
you don't,
deeper.
yeah, even if you don't share it with like us and like have it, maybe you just have it captured for pictures. You don't read it out loud for video,
Right.
whatever. It just is nice to know like the intentions for the day, and
Or
how
even
you,
just
yeah,
like
write a
even
note
if it's
to each
write a
other.
note, that morning. I always think that's really sweet.
Yeah, I'm for
Very
it.
cute. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, tell them about their reception when she was giving her speech.
Oh yeah,
So like obviously like best man and maid of honor gave their speeches, and then the bride and groom gave theirs, and this
Yeah.
is what she said. It was
yeah.
so
She was
funny.
like saying her thank yous, and then she was like, and I just want to say thank you to me because I did this. I put this wedding on. She's like, and I did good. And she just kept going. It was so funny though.
And I don't know if I would have expected that from her.
It was
like,
so funny.
and I was just like, oh my gosh, that is so funny. But it is. I mean, if you don't have a planner and you're doing it all yourself, like it is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of work,
Yeah.
especially for people who don't really like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and she's from here, but she wasn't living here.
No, they
And
were
that's
living in the
hard.
cities, so.
That's hard to plan a wedding that
for
you
sure.
do not live in the current location of.
Yeah, well, because it was so hard whenever we did Lindy's wedding. Mom and I were trying to do a lot of it from here, and then even just for Micaiah's rehearsal dinner, when my mom was trying to plan that, she's like had to hand it off to my brother and his
Yeah.
wife to help with.
But that is no
yeah, it's
excuse
hard.
to not have a tropical wedding and take us with you.
Yeah,
I actually just booked a wedding for Punta Cana in September.
so jealous.
Pretty excited about that one. I'm happy with having like one travel wedding a year.
Yeah, so fun.
Yeah.
Work and travel.
Yeah.
They
yes.
also got pizza after on their party
Oh, they
bus.
went to Vatsa.
Yeah, they stopped at
Yeah.
Vatsa because was it him that? No, that was Hayden. That was a different wedding. I was gonna say someone worked at Vatsa.
Oh, yep.
That was
He didn't
different.
work there. I think that was just like their go-to place.
Yeah.
Like they just love Vatsa.
Yeah.
Which Vatsa does have gluten-free crust, but you can't buy it by the slice.
No, you
And
have
I
to
think
request
that's
it
the
made.
appeal of Vatsa is you
Yes.
get the Italian
you just get
fries
it and
or
it's
like
right away.
by the slice.
It's
yeah.
so quick.
Because a lot of Aberdonians rave about Vatsa.
Yeah.
I feel like they do pretty good. Okay, who is after that? Do we have any other ones in August?
Yes, we had end of August. I thought. Maybe not.
No, I don't think we did because I was gone the one weekend during the fair, and then I had one
Yes, and then I was
that
gone.
was not with you.
So then the next one was
Would it have been Jessica and Hayden?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
So speaking of Thatsa, shout out to Hayden. He worked at Thatsa as a child.
Yeah, as a child.
As a child. It was actually really funny. His dad gave a really good speech at their wedding. And he was like, I always knew that Hayden was going to be an entrepreneur because at the age of, was it like 13?
Yeah,
Or
something.
young, he wrote the governor saying that he wanted the child labor laws to be switched so that he could work at Thatsa.
Yep. So funny.
I think his aunt owned it, was the context behind that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the location of the wedding. It was out at Richmond Lake, and that was a bummer. Again, with the rain.
Yeah. The rain came
It
hard.
had rained. And I almost think, do you think that if they would have had benches covered, do you think they still could have been able to have it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if the benches had been protected, during when they had the ceremony, it wasn't raining. It was
Right.
sunny after.
Yeah.
Which we're so
So-
thankful it was sunny after because we got some really
Yes.
good photos.
So it rained all morning, and it was supposed to be an outdoor ceremony, and they had kind of like wood benches set
So
up.
just soaked the water.
And they were soaking.
Yeah.
And so we tried to do as many photos as we could around the venue and like where there were overhangs or with umbrellas beforehand, just because I get so nervous if you don't get stuff ahead of time. Just because
you just never know.
You never know what the weather's going to be like. So we did as much as we could ahead of time, and then they had an alternate location. We went, they got married. They had their dog walk down the aisle, which
that
was
was
really
so
cute.
sweet. Norma.
I don't think I got a photo with Norma.
That's the one you missed.
I know.
She was so
and
sweet,
she was
too.
really cute. Anyway, so they had their dog included in the wedding. That was sweet. And then, where was I going with this?
Photos before.
Oh, yeah. And so, but then afterwards, it was beautiful.
Yeah, we got some really good bridal party, and then bride and groom. We got
Yes.
some really good ones.
There was some good ones. And Jessica had the coolest sleeves and dress.
Yeah.
I really loved her dress
It
on her.
looked so good on her.
I'm not usually a huge fan of strapless dresses.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like they're so hard to keep up.
Yes.
But her body perfectly worked with that strapless dress. And her sleeves were so fun.
Yeah, it really
So
added
beautiful.
just like another element. I
Yeah.
don't know. She looked like a little princess. Strapless dresses were such a trend like 10 years ago.
Oh, absolutely. Yours
Yeah.
truly had one.
Yeah. And also I feel like if you have a big chest, strapless dresses are just not the move.
Oh, no.
Yeah. My oldest sister had a strap. Well, I feel like my oldest sister, my cousin, like the first 4 weddings all had strapless dresses or something.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was like my Pinterest board was strapless dresses.
I know. I don't remember pulling mine up a lot, but I also feel like I had a smaller chest at 19.
Makes sense.
Shocking,
You hadn't
I know.
hit those,
Yeah.
hormones yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
The
get any
boobs weren't
curvature until
fully in.
2021. So
But yeah, no, strapless dresses, I think that they could start to make a comeback for the right body type.
yeah.
But no, and sleeves,
yeah, it was so pretty.
Sleeves are just having their moment right now,
Oh, yeah.
and I am all for it.
Yeah.
It's not a wedding I shot, but I saw one the other day where she had these like big poofy sleeves, but then they had almost their own little veils attached to the sleeves. So then in photos, it looked like she had a veil on, but it was actually the sleeves.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Interesting.
It was very neat.
Yeah. So their wedding was just very sweet family.
They had cute little pies.
Yeah, they did. It was funny. I included this in their video too, which by the way, so far the weddings we've talked about, I've finished editing. So if you want to see any of their videos,
Yeah,
They're
go
on
check
my
them out.
Instagram.
You can relive the day.
but when they were feeding each other pies, she was feeding him pumpkin and he was feeding her cherry. And they like fed each other, and then whatever, we always make them kiss, blah, blah. And he goes, I think I like the cherry better. She was like, no, we fed each other, because he was holding the cherry thinking that's what he had in his mouth, but he was eating pumpkin. I was just like,
Oh my goodness.
long day. But
That's
yes.
something I would do. I'd be very blonde. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. Also, he has a business where he cleans carpets and HVACs, and is it like...
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I want him to come and do ours, because our house is so dusty and the dog hair, and I feel like having that cleaned out would help so much.
Yeah, just the dog hair alone, probably.
Yeah.
With as much as blue
So
sheds.
shout out to his business. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to be getting in contact soon.
I think it's like optimized carpet cleaning.
Okay.
I did his headshots once, so that's why.
Nice.
I know. He had his like little logo on with his shirt when he did it. Yeah, that one was I loved the feel of that wedding. It was it was out at like the Richmond like youth camp, and I think if you're having a smaller wedding, that's a really cool venue. I've shot a few
for
out there
sure.
over the years, and I think it's a little underrated. I like it.
Yeah, it was really nice. JC's poor second shooter, Madison, got her toes soaked, so
Oh yeah.
from the rain, she did not wear the right boots.
She did not have good shoes on that day. Rip to Mad's dogs.
JC and I also showed up matching.
I made a reel about this, you guys. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh, we're like legitimately matching.
Because that morning we met at the farmer's market to like walk around quick
Oh,
before
yep.
we went and get coffee and then go. And I showed up and she goes, oh no, we are like matching bad.
It was cute though, you know?
So you can check out that reel on JC's Instagram.
Yes. Were Debbie and Riley the next one? Or
Yep.
Alex and Riley?
Yeah.
The controversy of the entire wedding day was, so the groom, Alex, is one of my very good friends. I've known him for probably the last like 12 years, and we always call him Debbie. We do not call him Alex.
Yeah.
And so it was so hard for me because like around his family and stuff, I'd like try to refer to him as Alex.
Yeah.
And, like, this is so hard for me. But that was a fun one just because I know them so well.
Yeah.
Like, they're one of my very good friends. And I've like, obviously since him and Riley have been dating, I've gotten to know her a lot better. And it was a beautiful day. It was, like Olivia said, the only day that it didn't rain.
Yeah, it was so nice. It was a little bit chilly, but really the sun was out.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was awesome.
Fun bridal party. Like,
They,
just good times.
They had Ellie, their little golden retriever, come for some photos, and she's just the sweetest little thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Her floral was pretty.
Yeah.
And
she
I
did kind of light pinks, which I was like, oh.
It was different, and
For
I
a
didn't
fall
expect
wedding.
it for
Yeah.
fall, but it was pretty.
Yeah.
And then I just made a reel about this as well in a TikTok about like the grooms had the pocket square. Sorry, not the grooms. The groomsmen and the groom
Yep.
had pocket square boutonnieres.
Yeah,
And they're
super
so
handy.
easy to put in, so convenient.
Anyone can do it.
Yeah. Big proponent. That was something they definitely did right.
Yeah.
Another thing they did right was have Poppy at their wedding.
Oh, yeah. Poppy's first wedding.
It was Poppy's grand debut in the wedding world.
If you don't know what that is, it's JC's photo booth camper.
Yes, I have
Blue
a.
just scared me so bad because he just came in the door. Grant is crying, so I feel like that's why he just came in here.
Okay, Grant's gonna help us finish the recap quick.
Yes.
He's just the happiest little baby. Yeah. Every time he smiles, he like gets bashful and like hides his face. It's so cute.
Do you want to wear the headphones or you want mommy to?
Hi, Grant. Hi, Bubby.
I tried to turn in the headphones. Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, overall, there was.
That was Grant's head.
Goodness. You okay, bro?
He's good.
Yes, you're fine. So yeah, then basically rounded out the season with another October wedding.
Yeah.
Sadie and Dylan.
It was the 14th of October. Catch
With
that reel.
T-shirt on his shoulder. Look at me just making all the reels this year.
Yes.
I feel like I go in like waves of where I'll like have all these great content ideas and then all of a sudden it's like doesn't post a reel for a month. Like,
Well, it's fair if you're not in the...
yeah, it's not like I'm getting paid to do it.
Yeah. Anymore.
Yeah. Thanks, Instagram, for cutting my viewership payday.
Yeah.
Now Facebook is
Now
paying me
no
though, so-
motivation, yeah.
And they actually pay me more. Like I'm getting
Wow.
more per month than I was ever getting from Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, so Sadie and Dylan got married on the 14th of October.
Yes.
And it
At
like
a church
you said,
JC had never shot a wedding
Yes,
before. For
that was
shooting
kinda
200
cool.
weddings. She'd never shot one there.
I'd never shot one and it was very pretty. That might be an underrated church in Aberdeen.
Yeah. It was nice.
Their balcony's really cool. They have like
Yeah.
for being because it's a Lutheran church, right?
Presbyterian, I thought.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's right.
I think
Yeah.
it's Presbyterian. Oh,
I will say for not being a Catholic church, it's one of the more prettier ones
Yeah.
in Aberdeen that I've seen.
It's nice. The parking is not ideal.
No.
But it's
No,
nice.
it's not.
Definitely older church.
The outside of the church is beautiful. They
Yes.
have really cool doors. It's funny because I've gone to this church for years to do senior photos in front of it.
Oh, yeah, the door.
But never shot a wedding there. So I've even taken brides there that didn't
Yeah.
get married at that church.
Yeah, because we shot 3 years ago today on the day we're recording this. We did that. We
Yeah.
went and shot some photos
Yep.
in front of it. Their wedding was packed. They had a lot of people.
They did. They had so many people, and I still the boy that sang in the guitar.
Oh, yeah.
He had a phenomenal voice.
Yeah, he was good.
And it was fun. He came for some of the photos. So one of her childhood friends sang at the wedding and then played guitar. And he came to actually like the photos beforehand. And he was just like strumming along on his guitar and kind
Yeah,
of
we
playing
had them,
background
like,
music.
dance.
It was actually really fun.
Yeah,
I liked it.
created a fun ambiance.
Yeah. Gave a good feel. It loosened people up. People always
Yeah.
loosen up with music. So that's always nice.
Yeah. What are you doing?
But yeah, it was fun to have. I feel like I had quite a few with you this year between
Yes.
like Ashlyn videoing and then second shooting with me. I had a lot with her this year.
Yeah.
I definitely think I'm going to take less weddings next year. As of right now, I think I only have.
Freaking Blue on
What
the
is
microphone.
that?
It's Blue itching himself.
Oh my
Blue,
goodness.
stop.
We're a hot mess express over here today.
Good grief.
Moral of my story is I'm taking less weddings next year because I think I had 27 this year, and I just feel like that was a
little
lot.
bit burnout.
Yeah.
Especially now that you're going to go into your editing hole.
Yeah. I don't have a shoot tonight, and it's like, oh, you need to edit.
Oh my gosh, keep hitting this mic, guys. I'm so sorry. We're back and we're struggling.
We're thriving. It's fine. You guys are here for the mess. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else you want to add from wedding season?
No, I think I am. I had a good wedding season, and I'm glad that it's done, and I'm happy to start. I mean, I'm almost done with Riley and Alex's film, and I'm going to start on Sadie and them's anyway. So I'm just excited to get it all
Cranking
done.
out the editing.
Yes.
I have like almost 30 sessions in my
Oh my
editing queue right now.
gosh.
I counted it the other day and I was
The
like, why do I
overwhelm.
even do this to myself? Because counting it does no good.
Yeah. So, yeah, what JC fails to mention is she had 26, 27 weddings, but she also had like 100 seniors. Okay,
I didn't have
60 or
100.
40. What did
It
you
was
have?
actually only like 35.
Wow.
I had cut back on those. But I feel
But
like
also
a lot of
you did
engagement
engagements,
sessions,
yeah.
mini sessions, little like random shoots here or there.
Yeah.
It just like, it's busy season. It is what it is.
Grant's head in that.
Grant, you're in my camera. Oh my gosh, she's the cutest.
Bonk.
Okay, Grant, you want to sign us out? Yeah. Okay, as you guys heard, if you want to see any of those films that we had captured, Olivia has them all on her Instagram.
Yes.
Olivia Ellen Media.
Yes.
And if you want to go see all my funny little reels that I made throughout wedding season of our matching outfits and just funny things, you can go to JCJ Photography and check it all out.
Yes. Thank you guys for listening, and be sure to follow along on our podcast Instagram, Midwest Buzz Podcast, because we are going to be doing a giveaway very soon.
We are.
So,
Be ready.
yes. All right.
Okay,
Thanks for listening to this chaos. Bye. Is that funny, Grant?
Oh, buddy.